this is Lori, and today we're talking reputation management for authors. That is, do you like what you see when you Google yourself? Now, I'm a search engine optimization person, so I think it's super important for you to control your page one results. That is to say, when you Google yourself, you should be in control of every single thing you see on page one. That is really important. It's really important to me, at least for you, because you don't want to get in a situation where someone writes something negative about you and then it ends up on page one, or you do something you're not proud of and it ends up on page one. You want to be in control of your own reputation since it's your business and you're trying to sell books and, make this a business for yourself. So right now, pause the video and Google yourself. And just take a screenshot or make a note of what you... So you're back and you Googled yourself. And I'm going to tell you now, the way to push down things that you don't control is to open up accounts and put good stuff out there that you do control. So you don't really have to use all of the accounts that I'm going to mention, but you do have to have them and have them set up so that Google finds them and puts them on page one for you. This all becomes self-explanatory as the more I go through the different profiles. So the first one, obviously, we're going to make sure your website is your firstname.lastname.com, as I've mentioned countless times before. We're going to make sure all roads lead back to you. This should include your mailing list sign up, which I've mentioned before, a way to buy your books, and hopefully a picture of you so that when people find you on social media, they come back and they identify visually that it's the same person. So you're building a brand. That's what should be at number one for your own name. Now, if you're having trouble getting yourself to number one because you have a really common name or something like that, take some time and try to rank your name, your first name, last name, author. And you would do that by referring to yourself as that on the different properties that I'm going to talk about later, like Pinterest or Twitter. You need to identify yourself as, like Lori Colwell, author. But your first name, last name.com is what should come up ideally when people Google you or search for you. So what goes on these profiles? And this is a good exercise in just getting yourself together, getting all of your stuff in one place, because you're going to go through a kind of rapid fire and open all these accounts and verify them and do all these profiles. And it's really easy to get distracted and frustrated and overwhelmed and just quit midway through the process of setting up something. And you don't want to do that. You want to make everything its own little complete thing. Including a photo, a bio. You'll need a couple of different versions of your bio, just because, Google likes variety. So it's not going to rank Pinterest and your website and Twitter if it all says the same thing. It all needs to say a little bit different. Everything is going to need a link back to your website. Of course, that's the mothership, right? And if you can, if there's a space for your RSS feed of your blog or website, you'd want to put that in there too. That's for syndication purposes, and we'll talk about that in a little minute. So the first thing you want is your Facebook fan page. That's your fan page, not a profile. Your profile can rank in Google, but you don't really want strangers friending you or requesting to be your friend, because if you do that too much, eventually Facebook might take your profile away. And if you use your profile to connect with people or keep in touch with old friends, you really don't want that to happen. So you want to keep those completely separate. And also for those concerned about security, or like you don't want to put, photos of your kids up because you don't want fans to see them or something. This is a way to keep them completely separate. You need to make a Facebook fan page and make sure to change the username to your first name, last name, or your first name, last name, author. I'm going to show an example of this next. It's really important to change that username because I've found in testing that if you don't change the username, it's really hard for Google to actually locate that inside the Facebook world. Changing the username makes it an external property for Google to find when they search for you. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to boil this SEO thing down to be as non-techie as possible. But I really want you to understand that it's important to have different multiple properties for your own name. So here's an example. This is the Facebook fan page of Robert L. Forbes. He's a children's book author and a client of mine, a great guy. And we made him this Facebook fan page. Actually, his designer made it. That's Lisa Hazen. She's awesome. And she's also a contributor to bookpromotion.com. So if you need a website, click on the link and get her to make it. So as you can see here, we've changed the username. So it's Robert L. Forbes. We're trying to write Robert L. Forbes because that's his name. That's what he wants to be found for. We've got a picture of him. We've got pictures of his books, a reference to his website. And then this is also super important on Facebook fan page. And a lot of people don't do this. And this is a missed piece of real estate. So please take this and do it. This is in the author section, in the about section right here. We've written the actual clickable link into the description. This is something you won't find standard. Facebook doesn't put, when they ask you for the link, they don't automatically put it right here, and this is where it needs to be. So be sure to put that there. It goes in the description, not just in the little about section that they ask for. So next, I'll talk about Twitter. Of course, don't roll your eyes. You need Twitter, even if you're not going to be on Twitter all the time, because Twitter is just it's just a 800-pound gorilla. You have to be on it, even if it's just a syndication element for your blog or for your, an entry point for people into your website. You have to have your picture and at least your photo and your website link on it. And hopefully you'll get on there and do some chit chat, but even if you don't, it should be your name, and that's the username or the Twitter handle. Don't pick something like the Love Squid or some nickname or whatever. Just be sure to pick your own name because that's what you're trying to rank for again. This is search engine optimization, but for your own name. So here's an example of a Twitter account, Twitter profile. Now, this is for Tim Ferriss. You can see there's a little picture of him. And his Twitter handle is T Ferriss. And there is his blog right there. And he's got his little description. And then you can see he's back and forth, a little bit with people. And he's got, 479,000 followers. Now, I'm sure that this isn't Tim Ferriss's favorite thing, but he just does it because it's a necessary thing that he has to do for business. So, and you'll see a lot of times celebrities will be on there, famous authors will be on there. You should be on there, if for nothing else than just to link back to your own website. Next, we have Google+. You get a Google+ page with your Gmail account, which you probably have anyway because you need it for Google Analytics, AdSense, a ton of other stuff, Google Drive. So you just need to go over there, and you can even, if you're logged into your Gmail, you can just Google Google+ and then set up your page over there. Google likes itself, so it's going to rank your Google+ page on page 1 of Google, which, even if you don't use Google+, it's still helpful to have that little profile be another link back into your website. I hope you're seeing a theme here. It should have a photo of you and an active link back to your website. Here's an example of that. This is the Google+ page of our favorite contributor, not favorite, but one of our great contributors, Rachel Thompson. She runs Bad Redhead Media. So this is just the Google+ page for her business. And I chose this because it's actually a great illustration of, just her little icon that looks like her and a clickable link and her logo. And she did a better job with her Google+ page than I did with mine. So I just thought I would put hers out there. So there's Rachel's Google+ page. It's not hard to set up, but in each of these, there's going to be a different place for you to put your photo, your bio, and your link, and you're going to have to hunt around a little bit for it. So there's what your Google+ page should look like in case you want to pause the video and kind of look at it. Next, we have Instagram. That should have your photo and a link back to your website. They don't give a ton of space for a description, so you can kind of just describe yourself in a couple of sentences and then make sure to put that link. And in case you're going, oh, people don't really do this, who does this kind of stuff? Let me give you an example. Here's famous author Amy Tan, author of the Joy Luck Club, and she's right there on Instagram, tweeting or Instagramming pictures of her dog and her friends and Angelica Houston, it looks like. Oh, and Angela Lansbury, neat. So as you can see, she has taken the time to put her name and her website, which is amytan.net. And this is a great example. You have to work a little harder to get your website into this little space right here, but she's done it. She also has her photograph. So these are 5 examples, and there actually are more examples, but I don't want to overwhelm you if you're not overwhelmed already. But I do need to say this is not an exhaustive list. There are more. There's LinkedIn, there's Pinterest, there's about.me, there's a lot more. If you're feeling motivated, you should go and get a Google Chrome plugin called Promote Yourself, and that will walk you through all the steps of basically setting up all these different accounts and feeding your picture in and your website link and your, everything else. It is a little techy, so I'm just going to warn you, you have to have a little bit of a tech tolerance to make yourself get through the whole process. But for now, get your photo and bios together and start opening and populating these accounts, because it's going to be really important once you get yourself out there and start networking. You're not going to want to leave any of these kind of open or like dead links or dead ends. You want to make every single thing an opening to get back to your website and find out more about you. So great job, and thanks for listening.